Hello lovelies, welcome back to Create with Chidex. My name is Chidema, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I made a mug of tea cake. So let's get started. I'm going to use an empty yogurt cup to mold my tea mug. So I'm preparing it by rubbing some vegetable fat inside it. Then I'll use a scissors to cut a slit in the cup. I'll cut it just to the bottom of the cup. I cut the slit to make it easy for me to remove the cup after I've molded it. So I'm now going to use some tape to stick it together. This tape is just to temporarily seal the cup so I can pour the melted chocolate in. And when the chocolate has set, I'll take it out again. I wanted my cup to have a gold marbled effect, so I'm using a soft brush, to spread some gold dust around the cup. Since it's a marbled effect, I'm not doing this according to any pattern. I'm just spreading it roughly around the cup. I'll be using white chocolate to mold my mug, so I'm going to go ahead and melt it. But before melting it, I'll put in my edible gel color. I'm using pink edible gel color here. I didn't want to put it after melting the chocolate so that it doesn't seize the chocolate. I'll be melting the chocolate in a microwave in 30 seconds burst so that it doesn't burn, and I'll be back when I'm done. My chocolate is melted and mixed, so I'll pour it inside my already prepared mold. I'm gonna try and use my spatula to spread it around. When I've spread it all around the mold, I'll turn it over, placing it on 2 table knives as shown. I'll let the melted chocolate pour out until the drips have almost stopped. Then I'll place the mold in the fridge for about 20 minutes for the chocolate to set. After the first layer of chocolate has set, I'll coat it again following similar process. I poured in the melted chocolate, then roll the cup around to coat it. Like before, after coating it, I poured it out. Then I put it in the fridge again for 20 minutes. I repeated the exact same steps till I was satisfied that the chocolate mug was going to be thick enough. So it took me about 2 more times before I got to this point. After the last coat of chocolate, I placed the cup in the fridge again for 20 minutes. And while it was in the fridge chilling, I started making the hand of the mug. To do this, I rolled out some brown modeling chocolate. And using my ruler and a craft knife, I cut out a strip. Then I carved it into the shape of a mug handle, trimmed it down a bit to fit the height of the mug, before putting it into the fridge to firm up. After a few minutes in the fridge, chocolate usually hardens up, so my handle was hard enough in about the 30 minutes mark. So I brought it out and then painted it with gold edible dust. To unmold my chocolate cup, I took it out of the fridge. By then it was really firm. Then took off the tape before gently removing it from the mold. As you can see, all around the chocolate mug is smooth apart from the top part. So I'm going to clean it up a bit using a warm knife. So basically, I dip my knife into hot water from the tap, then clean it with a paper towel before running it around the top of the cup, trimming it as I go.
Can't move on, I think we're scared to be alone. We had our times, but now I know that they are gone. Wonder how it feels to fall asleep and love the one that's next to me. I don't know why I'm stuck around with you.
The top of the chocolate mug is all trimmed up, so using the same chocolate that I used to make the mug, I will glue the handle on. Then I'll put the entire chocolate mug in the fridge so that the chocolate glue can firm up as well. After a few minutes in the fridge, when it had firmed up, I brought it out and using a soft brush I painted over the chocolate glue area. I also painted the rim of the mug as well. Now moving on to the cake part, I cut out circular pieces of cake that could fit inside the chocolate mug. The first layer that I cut was smaller than the second because the bottom part of the mug is more narrow. Using buttercream, I attached the first layer of cake to the bottom of the mug. Then I cut out the second layer, slightly larger than the first. I also trimmed off some cake from the bottom part of this layer, then attached it to the first layer with buttercream as well. Next, I covered the top of the cake with buttercream, sealing up the edges properly so that when I pour in my gelatin tea, it wouldn't seep into the cake. Now that I've sealed the cake in with buttercream, I'll place this mug in the fridge to chill up properly. So I'll give it about an hour so it will be properly cold before I pour my gelatin tea. I made my gelatin mixture according to the instructions on the pack. You can use any brand of gelatin here, but I'm using Dr. Oetker. Next, I poured out most of the gelatin mixture because I only needed a small quantity. Then I mixed in some powdered white food color. I'm going to keep stirring it until all the white particles have dissolved. Then I'll add in some cocoa powder. And after I've mixed everything properly together, I'll pour it inside my cold cake. After pouring it in, I'll leave the cake in the fridge overnight so that the gelatin can set up properly. And there you have it. Our mug of tea cake is done. And as usual, I'm going to cut the cake. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!